Hey there, Pather Killers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, episode 32, Base Hunter. Just doing a quick check of the planets. So, we have a shortage that dropped our stability below 5, which is a problem, because our credits per month suck if we drop below 5. So, repairing these shortages is pretty urgent, because it costs me a lot of money if I don't have that done. So after this, I might take some missions, but also consider the shortages that they have incurred. Alright, so Gingos Quay is this, we're closest to this well. Man, I can't believe I overlooked that. And I'm just, if you're wondering why I'm constantly just searching for where the missions are being offered, if there's a bunch of clustered missions together, it's something that I would want to accept. Especially if there's gates nearby. So, for instance, there are 2 missions right here in the southeast area, and I have gates pretty close by. So I'm going to start accepting missions in this region. So anything that comes across the screen for a faction that I particularly like, I will check the location of said mission to see if it's applicable. There we go. We have, we really need an operative home by now? Yes, probably. So the reason I haven't had an operator at home, as I'm sure you're probably well aware at this point, is it's been as a result of making sure that I could pay them, because they're not exactly free. And that's been the bottleneck, but I do think that you're right at this point. Bloodpath bounty just got put up by the hedge. Yeah, we could actually manually crush it ourselves for the bounty. Where is that bounty? That's fine to do. So some surface battles going over in Vecna. Not a big fan of that. Survey a world for Tritac that's in the core? I'm sure. That's odd that you wouldn't just do that yourself. It's like at some point you're just lazy. Alright, that's the right region. And we're almost done with our smuggle run. Oh, who's slow? The Aurora? Yeah, I never added OG drives to it. Looks how desperate Tritac is? Yeah, probably, right? I think they are pretty desperate. To that end, it's not a terrible idea to help them out, because I don't really want them going under. Alright, so we're going to be able to pay off all our debts and have a little bit of money left over, which is good. I am going to jump back to home so that I can reduce the fleet amount. So it's cheaper to run this fleet and do some of these surveys and probe analysis and that kind of stuff that we just had access to. Oh. Persean League is back. Enyon just went through a rebellion and overthrew Hedge. Nice! Well done! That's some welcome news! Oh, how lovely it is to see my own name on the Gate Network. Freaking perfect. I love it. Unfortunately, the Tritac did not overthrow Hedge at Dafon. That's unfortunate, but, you know, one good win is welcome news. Alright, so let's fix my stupid ship. Get rid of the cargo holds. It actually might be a good opportunity to take a look at what might make more sense here. Oh, wow, Scorpio, thank you for the gift of subs, too. Damn. Cheers. I'll do stabilized shields rather than the flux mods that I had before. I'm just putting everything back. I can leave the cargo in for all the cargo ships. That's fine. And then for the Aurora, that I never even raffled off because I don't really intend to like I wasn't using it. I'm just gonna put that thing away. All right. Unfortunately, Fangface, I'm gonna leave you behind as well. I'm gonna leave behind the Colossi as well. These are still demodded, which is kind of unfortunate because I really wanted them to have their demods removed, but that hasn't happened yet. So I will keep them in my employ just so that they can remove the demods. I'm trying to get some of those ships more battle ready and the like. So whittling down my fleet numbers. Resupplying a little bit so that we have... we can do all the missions that I agreed to. And... I mean, there's already demands for drugs again. Wow, and organs. Oh my god, they're paying 240 credit per organ over. But yeah, that's enough smuggling for now. So, destroy the Commerce Raiders and earn money for colony development. Them's the goals. So I did agree to a whole bunch of missions. Let's take a look to make sure there aren't any additional ones that are being offered up, but I don't think there are. All right, so let's start. I don't care if we start at the edge or start in the middle and work our way out, but we'll do one or the other. And then there was the mission in the core for the Tritech, which I'm sure I'll be in the core at some point. Can your own fleet smuggle? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not really sure I can answer that. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer. I think your AI fleets will smuggle things in, but like, you can't tell them to necessarily. It's just like something that they do, but don't quote me on that. Because when you're a faction, you generate like trade fleets kind of automatically out of your control, and I think smuggling fleets are part of that. All right, so the mission that I'm headed to... Oh, there was actually one where I was... Okay, I'll get to that next. So orbiting a jump point in Zeta Newton star system. That should be really easy to find. Found already. And I do these just because they're quick and dirty, provided that I don't have to go needle in a haystack looking for them. And they build up rep, so they serve like multiple purposes. So the next one is some distance away from the center. It's a derelict ship. That's a little bit more annoying, but hopefully we find it quick. And Fangface is fixed up. Good. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to claim this sensor array. No, actually, don't break for salvage. Because that will allow me to actually find stuff a little bit more easily. Oh, there was a... Fury? Aurora? I didn't even look. But there was actually some pretty good debris in that cloud, and I just muscle memory scrapped it. Not that I probably would have wanted it anyway. Sagan. What's Sagan? Alright, Sean, you're still at 4? That's unfortunate. Hopefully stability stabilizes. Do gates give accessibility? No. Well, like, to me, but not to anyone else. The player is really the only one that makes use of gates, so they're not of any benefit to any other entity other than the player. Which is good, because if the enemy factions could gate into my systems, opening a gate would be, like, kind of suicidal. Because I'd be opening myself up to be attacked really easily. Oh, that's probably Sagan, right. Yeah, I didn't make the connection of Carl Sagan. But yeah, you're right. Alright, where is this stupid fleet? Some distance away. Ah, Petrable grew. So Petrable is now a little bit larger. And as a result of that, can support another industry. Light industry wouldn't make much sense here. Mining, probably. Or alternatively, commerce. We could also do tech mining. No, it doesn't have ruins, never mind. Probably mining. It has a little bit of ore. It's not a lot of ore. Or just straight up commerce. And if I don't end up finding this point of interest soon, I'm just going to pull the plug on it. I'm not interested in, like, needle haystack searches. They're kind of a waste of time. Oh, I do have the neutrino detector, but I don't think I have volatils on me, do I? I don't. I even picked up sensors for the sole purpose of this kind of stuff, and then not having volatils on me for it is my failure. I need to start drilling into my brain that volatils is something I should keep on myself at all times for this very purpose. But I can break down the nav buoy for some volatils. That might help out. So, first time I'm using the neutrino detector. And what it's doing is it's like pointing... Ooh, I leveled up. It's pointing me in the direction of what there are pings for. So there might be pings out this way, because there's a lot of detection out this way. So I'm going to turn that off to conserve volatiles, because it burns volatiles in order to do it. And I'm going to have you guys decide on how to level up. So here are the choices. If I pick combat, I would probably go with impact mitigation for toughening up my armor a little bit, and also increasing my new maneuverability. If I go with leadership, honestly, I'm not really sure what I would do with leadership, to be quite frank. Maybe... Because I do see the benefit of trying to get, like, officer training and officer management, but I would need to spend more points in it. And I'm also level 13 out of 15, so there's not a lot more points to spend, period. So if I did do this, I might do carrier group just because I have a lot of legions, but it's not something I'm particularly interested in. For technology, probably gunnery implants, and also make it elite so that my ECM rating, my electronic combat rating, goes up so that we have better range in fighting. I could also even potentially do electronic warfare, but I don't know if I want to go that far. So have you guys choose that for me. Okay, I'm not getting pings this way. All of the pings are just the gravity wells from this stuff. So you know what? I'm out of here. Uh-oh, Conta's Den deterioration. I might want to actually try to stabilize Conta's Den, just because it's a good trade partner, not because I particularly care for the den itself. Alright, the next one is Heart of the Star System, so that should be easy to find. So maybe after I fulfill these missions, I will try to fix the shortages on Sean, and then stabilize Conta's Den so it doesn't, you know, become a poor trade partner. Alright, so if it's at the heart, let's just go right into the star here. And I found it. I should probably read the details and not take these some distance away from the center missions, because they're just so annoying to do. Alright, next up is a toxic world. That should be easy to do. And that's the one in the core. Because the other ones I have here... Oh, no. I accepted one that is in the wrong area. Whatever. Do you think they're getting starved to death? Yeah, what I could do is I just buy black market stuff near Conta's Den and then smuggle it into Conta's Den. Solving their issues. Because I'm about to be in the core anyway, so it's not too hard. No, you're going to the city of Brass. Alright. Good mining world, I guess. Alright, the last but not least was that Baron bombarded out to the west near Gingolks. And let's use his blue giant to get there quicker. A remnant raid in Zuan. Copy that. A research station out in my neck of the woods. I'm going to accept that only simply because I like going to research stations. They often have pretty good treasures in the scheme of things, so I'll accept that just because I like to have that pinned so that I can find the research station a little bit more easily. I don't even know what I'm doing here. We are... Baron bombarded. Got it. The Tritex evasion failed of Dafan. That's unfortunate. And you guys want me to spend it in tech. So of all of the choices that I have, I think Gunnery Implant Elite is my best bet. Okay. Income is in the positive, but it could be better. Sean is still suffering a bit of a deficit. Petrable is only 9 days away from Orbital Works, so that's pretty momentous, I think. And as a rune... Yeah, so I'll just keep earning money to invest into the colonies, because that's what you guys want to do. But I also want to consider the raiders, because the raiders are a non-zero issue for me. So Kanta's Den. Let's see. The easiest way to look up Kanta's Den alphabetically. I'm trying to figure out like what it needs. I'm sure it's food. Pirate control. Yeah, I'll just lay in course and try to help. How are the Panther cells doing? So in terms of the progress, colony threat progress, we have a crisis that is ascending. The commerce rating from Tritac, and then the Freeport NAT authorities. There is a active cell originating from Gamma Comedios or whatever, and there is a bounty on that. It's a high enough bounty it might actually be worth doing in the next 100 days. So maybe I'll get back once I take a look to see what can be done about Kanta real quick. I'll try to get back and rally a bit of a fleet for that. Additionally, I think the ships in my own fleet are all but one is undemodded, so I'm ready to switch up the roster a bit. That looks like a pirate fleet. All right. What's going on here? It needs organics. Ignoring the volatiles, because that's not really an issue. Domestic goods, organics, and food. That's pretty easy for me to fulfill. Because that's pretty much what Sean makes. We're very good trade partners as a result, I think. So I'm low on fuel, so I'm going to want to get home soon to be able to refuel. Actually, I might want to just go to Mokosh and buy some of the black market fuel so that I don't necessarily run out. That was weird. It warned me that there was like someone hostile here, but I don't know who that would have been. Pathers, I guess? Ugh. The only problem with using Thros as a jump point is the active gate is nowhere near where I can go into. It's kind of annoying. Is that the system with the Remnant Raiders? No, that's Zwan. Last I checked. Okay, we're all undemodded. Perfect. I think bringing a little bit of supplies over to Kanta and then destroying that Pather base is probably the best way forward, because there's a bounty on the Pather base, so that does earn money for our colony development. So, destroy or resupply Kanta, and then destroy the Path base. And at this point, Petrobul's orbital works is fully online. Nice. That actually should probably help Sean out. Yep, and Sean's shortages are now resolved. As a result of Petrobul able to supply ship hulls and weapons and heavy armaments and things like that. Now that I have the orbital works online fully, I'm definitely going to be attracting a lot more attention than I was before. That's just how it works. You know, because now we're like very militaristically combat capable. So my typical heavy patrol, let's see. Let's say I want Paragons. I gotta think about this. Because it's maybe Aurora? Or yeah, let's go with Paragons, Auroras. If I have Aurora blueprints, shouldn't I? I have Fury blueprints. Maybe I don't have Aurora blueprints. Doesn't seem like I do. Because cruisers are here. So these are the cruiser classes. So if I don't have Aurora... Pirate Falcons? Pirate Eradicators? Eagles? I'm not really sure what the right approach is for it. You know? Like how we want to have our typical fleets equipped. The other approach could be brute force. It could be like, you know, onslaught rather than Paragon based. But I don't really know about that either. So let's do, where do I have Pirate Falcons? I don't. Man, these are tough choices. Dominator's okay choice. Champions, I don't have blueprints for. No, I do. So I could do Champions and Paragons. That would be alright. I think Champion might be one of the better choices for cruiser class. Then under Champions, if we're talking destroyers, probably the better destroyers for me to use might be Sunders, Manticores, Enforcers, something like that. So Sunders, Manticores. Maybe I'll do Sunders and Manticores and not Enforcers. So typical heavy patrol looking like that. And then even smaller ships, like down to the frigate class. Ooh. If I wanted to do like afflictors, do I have afflictors? No. I wish it was like alphabetical and sorted by ship size. That would make my life a lot easier. Because it's not, and it's... Oh no, I do have afflictors. Because I could do like afflictors, Hyperions, brawlers. Yeah, we'll do afflictors and oh, maybe I have monitors. Do I have monitors? No, because they would be here. So, okay. This is the typical heavy patrol. Let's also... Yeah, confirm. So, a typical one will look Paragon, Champions, Sunders, Brawlers, afflictors, something like that. And the wings, I want like broadswords and longbows. Weapons. The weapons I want to focus on. I'm actually very bad at setting up champions. Wow, I don't have tack lance? I don't. So Cyclone Reapers, plasma cannons, high intensity lasers, Gauss cannons, phase lances, grav beams, tack lasers, Vulcan cannons, Reapers. Yeah, that might be okay. And harpoons. Okay, typical heavy patrol. It ain't perfect. The other thing I can do, which is worth mentioning, is now that I have an orbital works up online, I can actually make ships to order, which is a huge advantage. So, like, let's say I wanted Cyclone Reaper launchers, I can just make them. You know, it's a purchase order, essentially. And that also includes ships. So if I wanted an onslaught, obviously it's out of my budget right now, but if I wanted an onslaught, like, I could just build an onslaught. So that's like a huge advantage. So I can actually start setting up my fleet to be designed rather than salvaged, which is a massive, massive difference. So, you know, having more paragons or transitioning over to onslaughts or something like that is entirely doable. So I'm very excited about that prospect. But before I waste any more time contemplating there, which I probably should have had a game plan ahead of time, let's go over to Sean, put together a fleet, and get moving over to that base. So if I'm, yeah, so I'm putting together a fleet, but also a bit of relief for Kanta's Den. Wow, Lempo, you need these so bad. I'm not going to supply hegemony, though. How much would it cost for an Atlas? Good question. I'll check that in a minute. So, bringing over relief efforts to Kanta's Den. So, I'm going to probably fill up the fleet more than I have capacity for, so I'm going to change the fleet count as well. So, let's see. We're going to take... For the base fight, we'll take Detroit with Roy again. And then we're going to take some of the already put together ships, because I don't want to have to, like, redesign a fleet again. I'd like to get the Dominator battle-worthy soon. Same with a bunch of the S-modded other stuff, but it's not, now's not the time for that. So we still don't have the capacity for all the stuff that I took. So let's put away... Would 500 of each be okay? All right, so we're a little over, but not by much, because some of this is just heavy machinery that I could put away. All right, so I have capacity for everything that I currently have. We're obviously under fleet manned. I'm going to bring more crew than I probably need. Buy all the fuel. And to Kanta's Den, we're going to be bringing some of the food that they need, some of the organics that they need, the drugs that they need. They also wanted domestic goods, and I don't really have capacity for the domestic goods, so that's my only... That's the only issue that I have. So you did ask about potentially ordering custom production for Atlases. Do I even have the blueprint for that? I don't. Because they'd be in here in the capital ships. Unless they're sorted differently. No, because alphabetically they'd be in the top. So I'd have to buy an Atlas from some, you know, from a core system. So Kanta's selling supplies in excess. I think what I'll do, actually, is reduce my stockpile of the organics and the food by another 500. And then take domestic goods until the ship's full. So this is Kanta's relief, and then this the rest is for battle. And I might have to buy supplies while I'm there. All right, to battle we go. Whoa, that is a reward. They're putting up a lot of money. All right. Trading. Black market. I'm going to keep some of the volatiles so I can use my, what's it called? Sensors. And then I'll buy their supplies. There we go. Pretty good nest egg. I don't know what's going to be withdrawn at the end of the month, but Kanta's stability should start to stabilize a bit, because I just supplied them with quite a bit of the commodities that they're lacking. And I can always come back and make more profit and make sure that my trade partner doesn't go under. So, two birds, one stone. So the base location is... What gates do I have near there? So I have some gates near there. I'll just, go over to Thros, I guess. Check for operatives? That's not my current priority. Alright, so I do have some money left over, that's good. The bounty for the station is time sensitive, so I don't want to waste time and lose the chance to make a 250,000 bounty. Plus, the Pather cells are destabilizing my own planets. So Petrobel has a -1 stability due to the cells, and they're actually messing with the orbital station. So, yeah, it's time sensitive. One other thing I ought to do is to put officers back into the good ships. There we go. God, getting this gate is so annoying. The location of the active gates in the core system suck. Where was... Before I jump blindly. Gamma, Kamidos, the blue. So it's there. Alright. I've got gate access pretty close by. The Commerce Raiders are going insane back home, you guess? Yes, I think you're right. I mean, it's one of those, like, what fire do I want to put out? And I can only put out one at a time. So this seemed to be a fire that makes me money. Although, with that said, destroying the Commerce Raiders is a fire that makes me money as well. Just, I happen to pick this one, because I particularly don't like the path. And to that end, let's blow them up. Ooh, all my ships. I could have brought more. Delicious. To battle. To battle. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is tell everyone to support the Legion. So none of the other ships go in suiciding, because I don't need the repair bill and the crew replacement bill for that. And I'm going to head in and try to pressure it as much as I can myself. Enion just got invaded by the hedge? Good eye. I mean, I'm rooting for the enemies of hedge, but I'm not actively invested in backing them up with military force, obviously, because I don't have the capacity to rival the hedge at the moment. So it's one of those, like, I'm just keeping an eye on the situation, but I'm not backing a horse. Because backing a horse would be far too dangerous. I need to build my forces up in secret, build up my economy, defending my investments, and then, once I have the economic might to use a large fleet and not have to have debtors. You know, once I have a big battle fleet and I can afford through it with passive income, then I can start throwing my weight around. But moving before that point would be foolish. Very foolish. So yeah, I have to be patient, and sometimes patience is a little boring, I get it, but it's vitally important if I don't want to have the hedge and church just roll me. And then there's also the advantage of building up allies on the way there. So in defeating the commerce raiders, I can prevent Tritac from meddling, and also build them up as a potential ally if I keep them propped up. You know, you can think of it as like a proxy war. If I keep trading with the pirates, with the independents, with the Tritac, who are in open conflict with the hedge and the church, then I am going to war with the hedge and church in a proxy way, so that I can make profit by selling them weapons and food and the other things they need in their times of conflict, but not actually get my hands dirty, which is smarter, more profitable, more devious, you know, you name it. But that's why I have that approach. Come on, land one. Alright, those landed. Nice. Ooh, overloaded. Yeah, that's dead. Bye-bye, Citadel. I'm surprised the Legion actually backed off once that Citadel dropped. This section is basically flux maxed, so it's going to be really easy to pop, I think. Man, even the monitors are like, haha, I'm in your face, and this section is not doing squat to it. There it goes. Alright, I'm going to drop behind the Legion to drop my flux. And then re-support. Yeah, it just knocked out my tack lances, because I didn't drop behind the Legion well enough. Alright, now everyone just go after the base. I think they don't pose enough of a threat that I'm worried about it. So this is their heavy section, their heavy combat module. So punching through this is like their last defense, really, because the last section is a support module. This is the one that's armored. Ooh, nice harpoons. There goes all the station armor. And there goes the module. It is really fun to see the Reapers just land. It's one of the reasons why I like Eradicators, because they're pretty well balanced. They punch above their belt, where they can take down stations due to their missile loadout. It really depends on the pilot's timing with those missiles, because obviously you can certainly waste them and hit nothing, which often is the case, but at least they're trying. Oh, I saw that coming. Wow, that was really good timing. So the Legion was just waiting until that giant debris moved out of the way, and then it was just like, launch! And boom. I don't think we lost anything. 20 crew, no Marines. So, not anything, but like very, very little losses in the scheme of things. And there it goes. Flooded path disrupted. The colony crisis dropped by 70, which buys me a whole lot of time. And the bounty, which just got paid up. I like everything about that. I'm going to be upgrading Petrobul's orbital station to a battle station. That's my first investment. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you at next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captains.